Yeah, sorry about that, guys. My workout music, as soon as I got off the phone, just decided to kick on, and I got a hell of a pump done today, man. It was a great day in the gym. Uh, I'm a little bit late, as you guys could tell. I've got two studios under construction right now. Hopefully, my contractors can step away from some of the other jobs that they're doing to finish my stuff up, so I can have a studio no matter where in town I am at any given time. And so I apologize for that, guys. I literally got off the phone and my Pandora just kicked on. I'm like, oh, better get off the screen before I get myself a copyright strike. So I appreciate you guys all for joining me right now. I've got two special guests. I'll bring up the rest of the crew here in just a moment, but I've got two special guests today. I want to do a follow-up real quick with Bird of Prey, our good buddy Bird, who's friends with Freddie Quotes and some of the other Hexicans that got to meet him during the Furu's eulogy. Got a really neat update from last Thursday's show. So I'd love for him to go into that. And then as soon as we get done with that, then I'm going to give him 15, 20 minutes. And then I'm going to bring up a very unique Hexican who has offered some freedom to some Hexicans that have found financial freedom, that also wanted a free place to live in the way of freedoms of movement and being able to do the things that so many of us in some of these other countries, such as the United States, we're not able to do because of lockdowns and vaccine mandates and all the other unnecessary things that have happened in our world as of late. So I wanted to highlight these two people, let you guys know what's going on. This is a community show. Tuesdays are specifically for community. So I want to bring these guys up. Then we'll bring up the crew. First and foremost, let me bring up Bird again. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
What's up, man? I'm good.
I hear you well. That's good, man. And we're looking at all the reloading equipment.
Well, I'm looking for these.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'm like, he's going to teach us a little bit about reloading today. So.
Not today, but future, sure.
All right, sounds good. So this gentleman has created his own podcast, conservation, supporting military members who have lost people overseas and left behind family, especially kids that usually would have those military members take them out to learn outdoor skillsmanship. And he has really taken to some of these charities that will take some of these kids out and really give them the experience that they may not have had the opportunity to since they lost a loved one within the military. So we really appreciate you. As you know, we are very much a freedom-loving community. We are very much a God-loving community. We are very much a gun-loving community, and a lot of us love hunting as a result of that because there's a lot of crossover between the two. So since we had you on last, yeah, there you go, exactly. Since we had you on last, I heard that there has been some new developments in the way of your progress within the hunt. Can you give us a little more update on that?
Yeah. So the big game hero competition that's going on currently, and I think you've got a link. You put it up last time. We'll try to drop that again in a little bit.
Yeah. If you can drop that in the private chat again. I know I had it pulled up and then I closed that window out. So it would be nice for me to be able to put that in, not just here posting a comment, but I also want to put it in Twitter as well.
Yeah, not a problem.
Make sure people get the opportunity to do that.
Yeah. And so I want to remind people that this is a daily free vote and there's no catch. I mean, you might get an email from these guys, but I'm not trying to sell anything. They're not trying to sell anything. This is a 501c3 organization that the money goes to conservation of wildlife. But what they do is every year they're doing a competition, a voter entry competition for an elk hunt in Vermejo, New Mexico. And there is a $25,000 prize package that goes along with the hunt itself. But like I said before, that money will go into the Beast Feast. And what doesn't go there will go into, like I said before, that 6-sided figure that's on everybody's screen that's watching right now. Regardless, it'll all go back to benefit fellow Hexicans. So the development that has happened, we are now in the quarterfinals. So this one ends in 2 days, 11 hours, 46 minutes, and the seconds is ticking. Once the quarterfinals ends, we're into the semifinals. After semifinals, it's the finals. And at the finals, it's down, I think, mano a mano. But the big development that has happened is I talked to him and he said he didn't mind me dropping his name. There have been a lot of people that have put into this, but I wanted to put a special shout out to Nardo for the win. Nardo, Nick did the other night, myself and a bunch of guys were strategizing on how to make all this happen. And because it's a timing thing too. And as I'm trying to do math and figure things out of nowhere, I jumped from 5th place to 1st. And it was because Nardo made a decent contribution. I won't give figures, but he made a decent contribution to Habitat, which gave me the votes. And reference to that too, keep in mind, folks, even if I don't win this thing and you do donate to me on the Habitat vote, when you pull up the screen, you get 2 links. You see Habitat vote and free daily vote. Yo, Freddie, thanks, brother. I just saw that pop up. I want to emphasize that real quick. He's going to match up to $1,500 in donations this week. All right. I can track who's donating what. Or at least what's getting donated, depending upon what screen name you put in. That's the only name I see. I don't see all your information. He's going to donate up to $1,500 this week. He's going to match whatever goes out there. So if you donate, I will see it. I'll let Freddie know. And when the timing is right for him to put his money in, we're going to do it to make sure that we line this thing up. But back to the page itself. When you pull it up, you'll see my shining face in uniform. But the main thing is
I'm going to pull that up right now. I did find it. I dropped the link. I'm going to drop the link again in the chat.
Did you find the link?
I also tweeted it out while you were talking. Okay. Because I want everyone to know about this, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this up on screen right now. And so now you guys can see it. This is what it looks like. Yep.
And so you see the free daily vote. The only requirement there is that you have a Facebook profile. You log into, you click that button, it takes you to your Facebook login. You log in, you click one more button, and that's it. You voted for me for free that day, once a day. So every 24 hours, that'll reset. Get in there and make that free daily vote. Every single vote counts. The Habitat vote, when you vote there, that is a way to buy votes. And there's different times to do it. Right now, if you do it, it's $1 per vote. You'll see it when you get ready to do it. Sometimes there'll be a red hash box around it that says like 2 for 1. I don't know if they're going to go 3 for 1. The most they've done is 2 for 1 so far. At that point, for every dollar you spend, I get 2 votes. Nardo caught this at a 2 for 1 time and dropped enough money to bump us from 5th to 1st. And since then, we have not been contested.
That is awesome.
So we're not obviously not gonna.
Let me emphasize this to people real quick. No, we're definitely not, because Hexicans are doers. We are people who are people of action. We're entrepreneurs. We're driven. We're military. Like, we are a community of doers. Look at Twitter. There's no one in the Twitter universe that can out-Twitter Hexicans. And we are a small but compact and very ambitious group. So if we look at this, guys, think about the impact that this can have. This is going to be, if Mr. Bird here can put us in front of people who aren't even in the crypto space, in the financial space, and they can say, hey, what? This hunt was made possible by Hex. Oh, I should probably go like this. Was made possible by Hex. What is this Hex thing? Yeah. Pointing to that Hex right there. You see that HEX right there on my screen? So if we can show people that, hey, there's a way that a big like-minded community that very much supports the members of its community and gets rich at the same time can make this possible, I think it's going to get in front of a lot of, this is outbound messaging, guys. Richard talks about unequivocally, the best thing we can do for Hex is to do outbound messaging, get more eyes on it. There's a lot of people that don't understand crypto. There's even fewer people that understand what Hex is. And so this gives us the opportunity to get in front of a lot of people that normally wouldn't be a viewership for us. So this is great, guys. So I think this is definitely something that we should strive for. And not only that, but we're supporting another Hexican. Besides, I really want to go to this Beast Feast. I want to go grill up every type of meat that you've got in that freezer.
Yeah, so that's by that time, because the hunt will probably, because of it is done during the elk season in New Mexico. So it won't be until fall of 2022 when
is that late October or early November?
Actually, from what I've been seeing, they're looking at probably August and September.
Oh,
the seasons are a little different down there because of the arid environment and movement and how that affects
rut season. So it's after breeding. Rut then, right? Because it's a rifle hunt, right? It's not a muzzle archery.
So since it is open for rifle, it will be anything.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I can do any of the three, and I'm still toying with the idea of whether or not I'm going to throw sticks on this one or not. I might take the bow, so we'll see.
That is cool, guys. I mean,
it might. But
if you want to talk about the sport of hunting, there's nothing greater in the sport of hunting than bow hunting, because you got to get really close to that animal before you take it down. And it's not easy to get near an animal that's got heightened senses, that can smell better than you, can hear better than you, and can run a hell of a lot faster than you can.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'll probably take the rifle on, due to the fact that I don't want to create an opportunity for non-success, since so many people are putting their hard-earned dollars into this to make it happen. I want to make sure I take the right amount of firepower to make sure that the Beast Feast happens with that animal. Plus, I don't want to take the bow out for elk. It's tuned up for whitetail right now. Wound loss is something that just rips at my heartstrings when it does happen.
Yeah.
And when it comes to wound loss, there's two kinds of hunters out there, man. Guys that have experienced it and guys that lie about it. So
it's just the same with stolen valor, isn't it, though?
Yeah, pretty much. That's a whole other topic, man.
Yeah, we'll get into that another time.
But so when this thing goes off, when this thing happens, like you said, the hunt itself will be a platform for me to spread word about Hex too, but it's also going to be a platform. There I go again, messing it up, for bird of prey. And so that in itself is going to be a platform for me to spread the word on Hex and Pulse and whatever comes out of it in the future. In fact, if you get on my Instagram right now and Twitter, you will see a few faces that you might recognize on some hunts that we've already done. I primarily take out veterans, active duty military guys, law enforcement, those guys that kind of are underappreciated, in my own personal opinion. And so what I'm going to do, but what we're planning to do is there may be some Hex hunts in the future too, where I strictly cater to just Hexicans. I see that grin, man. It's hard to
this. Yeah, we've talked about this. I was on the phone with him before we started the show, and I said, "Hey, you ready to go to Alaska and do a moose hunt with me and my father-in-law?" And so we'll see what how everything shakes out on that. But we might have some updates for you guys on that in the future.
Yeah. Another thing is since all of this has happened, talking about the Hex community being small but compact, my Twitter followers I'm getting anywhere from 3 to 5 every few hours right now on bird of prey. You guys come over and check me out on Instagram too. That's where all the videos get posted because it's just easier. And right now I'm kind of a 2-man show. I've got myself and a videographer, and that's about it. But what else was it you wanted to talk about, brother? Oh, benefits for children, spouses of fallen soldiers.
Yep.
So it's kind of there's nothing on paper yet. It was just an idea that I thought of, and I probably put more thought into it while I was having the discussion with you, was that there are a lot of organizations out there, and I'll name a few, even if they get mad or not. But you've got Wounded Warrior, you've got Hero Hunt, you've got there's various organizations that are very large, and some are very small, that benefit soldiers and first responders even that have been injured in the line of duty. Those guys need a lot of help. They need a lot of time. They need a lot of assistance to live their lives the way they want to live. And considering what they've done that put them in the position that they're in now, they should be living the life they want to live.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
They put their lives on the line to save us every day. It'd be wonderful if we could give back. And I know Hexicans are a community of people that want to give back.
And if you guys have any questions about how to get in touch with those guys, the EOD Warrior Foundation is one of the ones I'm passionate about due to the fact that I am a bomb tech in the Army. That's where most of my donation money goes. I volunteer a lot of my time every year with hunts that goes to help those guys. Hunts literally designed for people that cannot get around very well. Yeah. I know there's one place we use in Tennessee that's got deer stands that have elevators in them.
Yeah.
But something that we wanted to do, my man. All right. So one thing that, like I was talking to you about, that I want to do is one thing that you don't see a lot for, they're out there, but you just don't hear about them a lot, is organizations and benefits that help the children of the fallen. And even the wounded that can no longer get out and help teach their kids about hunting, how to be still, how to control scent, how to stalk, how to put in food plots, how to manage an area for deer, how to put up a deer stand, how to use a compass. All the things that, a father would like to teach his children or a mother would like to teach her children, but they can't do that any longer due to the sacrifice that they have made for their country and for the American people. And so talking about working out some sort of organization, or at least a chunk of my time, to put together workshops, maybe a couple times a year, to make this happen, and do it on a case-by-case basis, small groups in the beginning, see how much of a following we get, turn it into a larger thing. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm just putting here the bird of prey on Twitter. People are asking, so they want to know more about you.
Gotcha.
So for those that want to follow Bird on Twitter,
glad to see I'm not the only one that talks when I type.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm just a high functioning retard, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So
I got you. No, that's fine, man. Hey, step one's admitting you got a problem, buddy.
That's right. That's right.
My Twitter.
I'm a little bit intimidated to go on a hunt with this guy, because while he is not a man of great stature, he casts a very large shadow. So, I don't have as much experience as I should living out in the woods and hunting, but I know it's a way of life that literally is a way of life for many around me and many of my family members.
Yeah.
So I hope I don't screw it up too bad and he doesn't laugh at me too hard, but at least I'll have a good story you can post up on Twitter after the fact. So, hey
man, we'll start you on something easy if we have to.
Give me some rabbits.
Yeah. Or hey man. So we took a group of guys. Freddie would know better, but I think it was myself, Freddie Quotes, and I think 3 other Hexicans.
Didn't Big K go? I know
Big K went.
Yep.
Nardo went.
Nardo, yeah.
And then Nardo, one of Nardo's friends, I can't remember if he's a Hexican or not, but we had a fantastic time bird hunting down at George High Plantation in North Carolina. I can use their name because we just got done filming an episode down there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it'll be, we're probably 4 to 6 weeks from having that one out. We're probably only 3 to 4 weeks from dropping the first audio. And very shortly after, you're going to start seeing video hunts get dropped too. I can't stress enough, all of you following me on Twitter, go on over to Instagram and find us on there. You'll get to see clips of these hunts as they happen. and you'll get to see some outtakes too. There's a pretty funny video of a backpack incident I had in my pickup truck that resulted in me losing my lunch in the parking lot. Plastic bags are important, people. I'll just put it that way.
That is funny.
But yeah, get over on Instagram. I kind of came in late in the game, and so the bird of prey tag changes here and there. All the platforms, though, if you just jump in the search block, put in bird of prey, and just look for the logo, and that's us. All the social has the logo up as the main picture, and don't get us confused with the metal band that's out there. I'm waiting to hear from those guys. It's eventually going to happen.
That'd be cool.
That'd
be cool. Well, we'll blow you up on the socials so that they have no choice but to reach out to you.
Right. They're seeing pictures they probably never thought they would get when the hashtag thing started happening.
That is awesome. Well, I've got some other guests, so we need to get moving here on this front. But I do want to make sure everybody understands just how important this is to the DS network, that you guys go on, at least give your free daily vote, guys. And so I dropped the link in here. I'll drop it one more time. I've got it on Twitter now, so you guys can find it. And so biggamehero.com/2021/Kent/bird. So there you guys go. Take a look at that. I've got it pulled up here. Get your free daily vote in here. Facebook login is required. But he won't be able to see that. So you're not doxing yourselves, guys. He just knows that he's getting votes for that. Let's go ahead and support this Hexican. And Bird, I can't wait to have you on again and see what else we can discuss. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate Freddie reaching out to me to make sure that he was actually the first to reach out and said, hey, do you mind supporting? And I said, are you kidding me? This guy dropped everything he was doing to make the Furu's eulogy possible. We went and picked up a casket together. There's no bond like picking up a casket so you can dance on it for a music video. You tell me who you guys have that bond with. So
that's right. Greater love hath no man than carrying somebody else's casket. So
that's right. That's right.
So note so to the listeners out there, please note the spelling on that last name and on the podcast. That Y not being an I is messing some people up.
Yeah,
but that's a name my father gave me, so I can't really change it. But so that's it. For those of you that do want to vote to Habitat, do me a favor and see if you can wait till for that 2-for-1 if it doesn't populate again, because we don't know the schedule. Myself and Freddie Quotes reached out. We can't get the schedule from them on when those days will be, but just watch for them if you want to donate to Habitat. And remember, guys, even if I don't win this thing,
we all left for the video shoot and left RG3 at Freddie's house. Yeah. He was primping and pressing himself so much that everyone lost him. We didn't realize he was in the bathroom trying to be all pretty for the music video.
The stories that came out of that video shoot.
It was so funny.
I missed a quail hunt for that. I just want to point that out.
Yes, he did.
But anyway, like I was saying, guys, remember, those of you that do donate money to this cause, even if I don't win, your money is going to help wildlife. It is going to redesign and build habitat and increase the populations of elk in the Southwest. Yep. So please
get that my neck of the woods. So please encourage a better ecosystem in my neck of the woods. Appreciate you guys.
So please get that daily vote in. And Kim, brother, thanks for having me on again.
You betcha, brother. Anytime. We'll talk with you soon, Bert. Thank you so much for joining us.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Thanks. So I have a really cool guest here. We've been kind of talking in the background for a little while. He's doing some really neat things for Hexicans. I'm going to let him give you guys the rundown on it. But I know you guys have seen his really well-edited video from the Vegas meetup last June. He's got a really neat channel. I think you guys should check it out. If you guys like freedom, you guys like living that bachelor lifestyle with freedoms to move about, and you just want to live in a beautiful place for, very reasonable amount and be able to enjoy the company of other like-minded Hexicans, this might be the option for you. So first off, I'm going to bring him up. Staked Well, thank you for joining me today, buddy.
Hey, KNTX. Great intro. You summarized it really well.
Well, good. Yeah. I was afraid I was going to botch it. So I'm hoping you can give them some more details.
I can. Do you mind bringing on my roommates?
Yes,
Should be
absolutely.
Hex Shaman in the green room, and then Cyberpunk 369. There you go.
You
Great.
betcha. It's good to see you, Hexicans. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Hey,
It's so
KNTX.
cool. Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, a little bit of a background, and then maybe I'll share my screen and I'll show you some of the adventures that we've been
Please
on.
do. That share button at the bottom, we're more than happy to pop some of that up for you, my
Right.
friend.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
I'll do that, and then I'll let the other guys talk about their experience. But to bring everyone up to speed, my name is Staked Wealth. I have a YouTube, Twitter, been in Hex just since earlier this year, and yeah, I mean, when the shit kind of went down in Canada, that's where I'm from, with all the mandates, lockdowns, restrictions. Luckily, because we have this great, investment vehicle of Hex, I could afford going where I'm treated better. So I had this idea to bring Hexicans together who felt the same way, who weren't happy with their settings. And thanks to also KNTX for retweeting my outreach.
Yeah,
I was
of
able to
course.
put together like a big mansion of 4 Hexicans under the same roof, and then one other Hexican also came by. So we had 5 Hexicans in Mexico. We did our research, talked to a few people like Randy Hilarski to get some feedback on where to go, where we're treated better. And then through November and December, we all stayed, all 5 of us, in Mexico. Since then, some people have left, and then some plan to come back earlier this year. Myself and Hex Shaman still remain in Mexico, but yeah, through the past 2 months that we were here, we did a lot of adventures. We went on different tours, and documented everything. So we had like live streams on my channel, onboarding local Mexicans. We had live streams talking to different guests, and I think it was a really good time. Everyone enjoyed. In that we were able to, bring people together. We were the people that were representing. We had Canada, we had Colorado, we had Norway, we had Switzerland. So literally 5 people from all over the world who had never spoken to each other, seen each other,
Cool.
but had just this common interest in Hex. And when we all came together, it was like we've known each other for years. There's such camaraderie, off the bat, that everyone had a great time.
Well, there's a lot of like-minded Hexicans out there, so I'm not super surprised by that, but that is really cool.
Yeah. I'll let the guys chime in a bit, but
what part of Colorado? Is that you, Hex Shaman, that was from Colorado?
That's me.
Oh, that's you, Cyberpunk. Okay, well, I saw the mountains on his Hex shirt, so I just assumed, and that was my bad assumption. What part of Colorado are you from?
The west side. I'm in Evergreen. It's like 40 minutes west.
I grew up in Lakewood, so I'm very familiar with Evergreen. Actually, I worked with a guy at Bandimere Speedway that his dad provided all the fuel, and they were up in Evergreen. So I'm very, very familiar with Evergreen. Nice. I'm on the west side of the state too, so that's great, man. That's great. It's kind of nice to slip away from the snow to go live in a tropical place for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Good. Well, hey guys, I see that you're putting some stuff up here, so I'm going to go ahead and put this up. Yeah. So tell me about these photos.
So yeah, we took a bunch of group photos. There's the 4 of us in front of a pyramid in Mexico. So we did a lot of sightseeing, learned a lot about the Mexican culture, learned about all the sacrifices. So when I posted this photo on Twitter, I think I did, sacrifice to PulseChain, check. Sacrifice furs, check. When we were here, we wanted to go to the top and then make a whole joke about sacrificing all the furs that FUD Hex. There's us on the beach, just having a great time. Again, we all came from like cold climates, so spending winter in Mexico on the beach has been like the best time ever.
Yeah, I see Hex Shaman with the fan behind him going, and I'm like, man, it's 35 degrees where I'm at right now. There's no fan going in this room. I'm going to tell you that much right now.
A lot of the stuff we've done has been like cenotes, like jumping into these underground caves. There's me with a flag. aside from just like all the cliff diving and all the swimming and all the beach stuff you can do, zip lining is also a really big activity here.
That's cool.
Every time we would jump in, actually, into the cenotes, we would like scream like "Buy Hex" or like Hex.com, and oftentimes there was like big crowds there. There are some caves where you like get to be lowered into. They're all like oftentimes they're like bat caves. I have some videos later on where we like have to go underwater through like these tunnels to get into other caves and swim there.
That's cool.
This is our group photo watching Richard's stream. So it was a blast just to have everyone obviously, a fan of Richard and sitting down to watch him and we had such a great time making inside jokes. It's like we've known each other for a while. Then we had 5 Hexicans. So as you can see, everyone's repping Hex, PulseChain. Everywhere we went, we would rep it. So with a flag, with like our clothing.
I like it. I like those designs. I don't think I've seen some of those before. So those are some pretty cool designs.
Yeah, this guy in the middle had like swimming trunks that were Hex that I have videos after, and then he has got the PulseChain shoes. So
Love it.
I think we can all agree that one.
How was the food?
Yeah,
how was the food? That's what I want to know. How was the food?
Well,
so obviously the climate was beautiful.
Yeah.
The not just the weather, but also the view was beautiful. But how was the food, man? Because if you're gonna go somewhere where they treat you well, food's kind of important.
I'll let the other guys chime in. Hex Shaman, you want to comment on that?
What are you trying to say here, Staked? Yeah, man, the food is amazing. I mean, every day you wake up and you're just eating something spectacular. It sets your taste buds off. And I'm not tired of tacos yet.
Nice. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the food was absolutely incredible. I got guacamole almost every meal.
Yeah.
Because it was only like $3 for like this big thing of guacamole. Ooh, incredible.
And it's fresh guac because most of the guac, if it's not grown in California, it's grown in Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. Avocados. Here's some zip lining. We went on this theme park outside of town where they had
that's
like
cool.
9 towers that are like 10 stories tall.
Wow.
And you zip line between the towers. And this one you actually zip line through this like ring of fire. You can just see how high up it is. There's Norvega.
So did you guys have a gym nearby? Because I'm right here with Dorsey. I'm like, man, someone's getting fat, eating like that, having all kinds of fun. Like I'd need a gym. You guys had a gym nearby?
Yeah, we had a gym in the building.
Sweet.
For us, like Canadians, that was a big reason to go down there because the gyms.
Yes, children of the grade. They're called avocados. Sorry.
Yeah. There's like another cool tower.
Oh, nice. That's cool looking.
You climb these super tall towers just to zip line, and the zip lines are super long and they're super like you go really fast. We try to do a lot of onboarding. So like I spoke at events. These like pitch your thing events, and everyone pitched their thing. So I pitched Sci-Fi, Hex, Pulse. We onboarded some locals, but had a really tough time with the fees and everything.
Yeah.
So even though like Cyberpunk even donated like $100 to this one guy we were onboarding, it still wasn't enough to get him to swap and like create a stake or two, unfortunately.
Dang. That's a lot of money to depending on what part of the country you're in. $100 is a lot of money to those guys down there. So
yeah, I mean the people we've talked to here, like they're working like 3 jobs just to get by. Their kind of store of value thus far has been like the USD fiat under their mattress.
Yep.
And they're also getting cognizant of the inflation, and they also comment how the inflation of the peso is even worse than the US dollar.
Yep.
So we try to like really like exercise their like mindset and talk about the importance of saving your money, putting money away, investing smartly. So there seems to be a lack of
yield.
Yeah, there seems to be a lack of education here. And we try to at least do our part with talking about crypto, and then more importantly, Hex.
It's not just there; it's here in America too. I can't speak to Canada, but I'm assuming it's similar there because they do not teach you about yield and assets that provide cash flow in school.
Right. Yeah, that's a big thing. Here's the 5 of us in front of the cenote. We had a blast. It's a paradise, like palm trees everywhere, warm weather all day, all night. Great food, great company. So we had a blast. Right now we're trying to convince the documentary crew to come out here and maybe come back in January and February, where we can again get a big penthouse and have them shoot some of the adventures that we've been on, because we think it would be a really interesting storyline for the documentary, showing like proof of like Hexicans, making the most of it and getting together and doing what no other crypto community is currently doing.
Yeah, I don't see any ETH guys out there doing cool stuff like this.
Yeah, and you mentioned my Vegas video. That was the whole point of putting together. Well, a lot of the reason to get together in Vegas and then make a video and document it was just to show the whole community that what other community is getting together in Vegas. Running cars with tanks.
Yeah,
and doing all that fun stuff.
100%.
We went to like trivia nights and represented Hex. We represented Hex in like every single way. Like our team name was like hex.com.
Love it.
We would just be advertising it anywhere and everywhere. There's us jumping into another big snow thing.
Well, this is really fun. So how do people reach out to you and become involved in this in the next round?
So if anyone's interested in going where they're treated better, coming to Mexico, maybe they're in, Canada that's going through another harsh round of lockdowns, they can reach out to either myself or any of us. I'm going to stay, like myself and Hex Shaman are staying in Mexico, like permanently for the indefinite future.
Oh, cool.
And we'd be more than, happy to be hospitable and talk to people, help get them acclimated if they would like to come down here. I already talked to a few people that have some responsibilities, like their children or their spouses, that prevent them from having like a bachelor pad with us. But
that's this guy right here. I'd love to come down and spend the winter in Mexico with you guys, but between school, between my 4 kids, the wife, and school schedules, and still having to run some businesses, it's not going to be possible for me. But if you got some solutions for others that want to do this, by all means, guys, reach out to @Staked Wealth. I'm going to go ahead and put that up here in a second, but I did want to give credence to Hex Monkey's comment here. Not bad for a bunch of fake bots. Yeah. If anyone out there wants to argue that the Hexican community is a bunch of bots, they don't know this community very well. So please, everybody, reach out to @Staked Wealth. Hex Shaman at 369 Cyberpunk. Is that your Twitter handle as well?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hex Shaman, do you have is that your Twitter handle?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So reach out to one of these 3 guys if you guys are interested in being part of a neat little adventure. I'll talk with the documentary crew. I purposely, like, I will introduce them to stuff, but I do not get in the middle of their story making and their schedule. Like, that is the last thing I want to do. As a businessman, I understand that when someone knows their industry better than someone else, then who am I to step in and tell them what to do and where to go? So they know not just education, but they know entertainment better than I do, and they know how to write a good story. So I don't force them to do anything, even as the executive producer, but I will go ahead and bring that back up again, because I think that would be really neat for them to show up and to see, to be able to show the lifestyle side that Hexicans are afforded. That isn't Richard Hart himself, on the lifestyle side. So if you guys are interested, please reach out to one of these 3 gentlemen. This is their Twitter handles here. You guys mind staying with us here for a minute while I bring up the rest of the crew?
Yeah.
Once I graduate, I am so out of here. Yeah, Finbear. Yeah. Once I graduate high school, I can't wait. All right, Cryptomatic. We got Whales. We got Proof of Beard. I never know if these guys are even actually here, because
I'm always here.
Do the whole avatar thing, and They're afraid to show their faces, and I'm changing that with whales here soon. But I don't understand proof of beard. Everybody knows what Markable looks like. I don't know why he's hiding in the back. He's probably pooping and just doesn't want anyone to see he's in the bathroom.
Oh, he's constantly pooping.
So hey guys, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I know I didn't give a whole lot of time for the crew today, but I wanted to show the community some of the cool things that are going on within our community. So everyone's so focused on price sometimes that we forget that this community is filled with humans, and humans are doing really cool things. So I just wanted to be able to show and showcase some of that. So I appreciate Staked Wealth, Hex Shaman, and Cyberpunk for showing up today. This is really cool. Thank you, Bird, for showing up earlier. And now the rest of you scallywags can have your run of it.
My invitation to Mexico must have gotten lost in the mail, gentlemen.
Papa, you're always welcome.
All right.
Don't tell him that.
I'll be
Don't
there.
tell him that.
We got beautiful
zipline
chicas
thing
over
pretty
here.
awesome.
Bird says there's lots of hunting opportunities in Mexico. Just saying.
Yeah,
We'll
we got a lot
bring
of
him up.
jaguars too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Children of the Grave says that you shaved your beard, so there's no longer proof of beard.
Maybe.
I have seen it last week, I think. He showed us his beard in the green.
Well, I can
So
shave in like
On his
5
OnlyFans
minutes.
It
account,
still
or what?
exists.
Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Peter is the only one in my paid group.
No camera, no beard.
Peter's your sole benefactor.
Oh man, how many t-shirts a month do you make off of Peter?
A lot.
Too many.
Too
I
many.
don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth it.
I,
It doesn't even grow that
Peter
much
is
in
giving me
amount.
so much money that I'm honestly thinking if he's the God will.
That is hilarious. Love it. Well, anything happen interesting, guys? Has everybody here sacked yet, or?
Yes.
I will neither
I'm
confirm
not
nor
done
deny.
sacking.
There you go.
I'm definitely going to sack some more, but
Did
you can
Snake-
never sack too much.
That's
That's what I
I
say.
think you might
Well,
have a point there with this.
I think
with
you
this
can.
particular token.
No, I think you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm very impressed with the amount of how viral this has gone. Like PulseChain and PulseX sacrifice now. I mean, we have 73,000 staker wallets in Hex, but in a matter of 3 days, already 30,000 wallets have sacrificed for PulseX, and that's only on Ethereum. So you can probably add another 10,000 on all the other chains. There's a lot of BNB, BUSD coming through. And this is amazing. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
On the
in
ETH
such a
chain,
short
we
time.
have right now $314 million.
Yeah.
And only
Cryptomatic,
2 more
it's-
months to go.
Yay!
Cryptomatic, it's so successful. Even the Czech cryptogurus have
Are streaming about it.
Are streaming about it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I think someone made a point the other day that they didn't think it was going to be as successful as the Pulse sacrifice. And then someone came up with, well, this has a lot more knowledge and more eyes on it now than the Pulse sac. I think that the
it's
Pulse sac
stronger.
happened so quick that people wanted to get, I mean, look at how many people late sacked to the point of 2,500
Yeah, it was
X
beautiful.
more expensive. So there's a lot of people that saw this opportunity and said, I'm not missing this one like I did the first one.
Every day there had to be tens and maybe, I mean, there were so many people that came into the chat and just simply said, I was late on the sacrifice. I
Mhm.
missed out and I couldn't do it. Can I sack now? Even at this terrible rate, can I do it now?
Yeah.
Or how about that guy that sacked to the wrong address and said,
Yeah.
Well, all I have to
sacked the
say
balls
is
instead.
all I have to say is thank you so much for the donation, sir. We will put it to good use. So
You bought 10 Pulse.
yeah.
No, but it's
Tenfold.
crazy. Like I put it on myself to help out a good 3 hours every day in the PulseX Telegram chat. I mean, not in the voice chat. There's like Wally Saurus and Identity Block. They've got this covered. But I'm in the trenches, like in the text chat, and the level of lack of basic crypto knowledge, like
know.
what is a wallet, what is an exchange.
The mean has lowered. So we
amazing.
used to have like our mean used to be like the smart kids on the block, and then we had the big galaxy brains. And as more people have filed into this whole Pulse with the new shiny object, I think that the mean has slowly been sinking. Unfortunately, but I mean, we knew it would happen at some point in time. With mass adoption comes the dum-dums too. But we like them and we want to save them from themselves.
It's very impressive. It's very impressive.
Yep.
But shocking at the same time. I know there's this one guy. We finally, can I sack from Coinbase? I'm like, no.
Every day.
No
day.
Do
Coinbase.
not do that.
Times.
Have your own wallet. And then we finally got him to install the MetaMask. And then he sent me a DM then on Telegram. I was like, okay, I've sacked Ethereum now. But I didn't get any coins. And then I was like, yeah, of course. The chain has not yet started.
Yeah,
Dude,
show me.
Do these people seriously?
If we're lucky in February, March.
What did I do?
Hang on. And I told him, you're not getting anything now, but possibly, although we should not have any expectations, it's very likely that you get an airdrop in March. And then he wrote back to me, on my Ethereum wallet. And I was like, no, on your PulseChain wallet. And he goes, what the fuck is PulseChain?
What?
Wow.
I love it.
Wow.
Destined to be rich.
So hey, Staked Wealth, did you guys go to the top of the sacrifice pyramid to sacrifice? That's what I would have done. I would have done my sacrifice on the sacrifice pyramid.
Yeah. One of the guys was actually doing that.
That's hilarious. I love it. Thank you, Alan, for the $5. Although there's some lack of crypto knowledge in the community, we are way more educated and far sharper than any other communities. I would have to say as much.
These people.
I mean, I'm going to poke the XRP army in the eye a little bit, and I don't do this out of malicious
They're still
intent.
an army.
Yes, I don't want to do this out of malicious intent, but I want to do it out of an educational purpose. You guys understand, all you guys are is liquidity for Brad Garlinghouse and to pay for his buildings, right? That's all you guys are to him. Is you're a way for him to dump on your heads every month.
Wait, don't forget you're also subsidizing XLM as well at the same time.
Yep, absolutely.
So
Great
there's
point.
that too to consider.
You're kind of a compost pile for him.
Yeah. So there is a lack of crypto knowledge in not just our community, but still more educated than other communities. If you're in one of those communities where you are the liquidity, maybe you guys should think about doing something that earns you a trustless yield. Just want to throw that out there. So, hey, Frosty Dog, it's good to see you, buddy. Long time no see. So, I've been missing the Melv Tony updates. Don't worry, Melv Tony was dropping some updates earlier. He was kind enough to drop this one, which made me happy. So a 4-cent raise in one day. That's not a bad little pump.
Yeah.
So I give all the credit to Papa B. So because it's the only credit he will ever get for anything in his life. So I just want to be
for what? What did I do?
I just want to be benevolent to the guy that doesn't deserve it.
Just take the credit. Don't ask about it.
Snatching that glory and putting it in my pocket.
There you go. So anyone else interested in hitting up the Hex House in Mexico?
Yeah.
It wasn't in Mexico.
I mean, that's all I did. I just saw Staked Wealth's video, and I just hit him up on Twitter DMs.
Cool.
Gentlemen, be honest. How many of you had the runs?
What?
There you go. There.
And he's gone.
Goodbye.
So, yeah.
The guacamole.
And all of a sudden, the quality of the stream just went up. I wonder what happened.
Surprise.
I wonder what happened. Yep. Great interview with Link Up
Yeah,
Tony.
yeah,
So
thanks.
I want to talk about this.
Oh, yeah.
I posted in Twitter. I don't know if anyone else saw that. I said, "Hey, at Real Meet Kevin, this is how you do a real interview," and posted that, and then I said, "You're welcome."
Apart from her asking for $20,000,
That was a little bit cringe.
Was a bit
I
weird,
like the way he played it off.
I could see that she was kind of making a joke, but then also I could see that she kind of also meant it, and that made it weird.
No, she really meant it.
She meant it.
Yeah.
Then it was just
That was
weird.
shameless.
Like, you guys have 2 million, even in the entertainment.
I thought she was just joking.
they have 2 million followers, even in the entertainment sector. The CPM, which is the amount they make for every 1,000 views, is really low on YouTube. But when you get that many millions of views, like, they're doing okay. Like, they didn't need to ask for 20K. Like, they probably make that in a week on their channel. I know. But
well, she's on the
he
payroll.
slayed it. You know what I really like? He slayed it in that interview in the way that he told more of that Panama story than we've ever gotten out of him before.
Yeah.
And it was so relatable. You got to see that he literally got robbed. Like, they stole everything. They stole real estate from him. They stole everything in his house. Like, he straight got robbed, and he was smart about it. And so if anyone wonders why his OPSEC is so tight, well, you live through a situation like that where you get a gun stuck in your face while you're in your underwear playing Xbox. Like, probably something that all of us might want to do.
But even worse than that was the stories that he got set up by fake business partners and shady lawyers and stuff, which kind of forms
working with some of his friends in Florida. That's crazy. It was a cross-border scam.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I love how he turned the OA question back to her. That was brilliant. So, and I'm glad she didn't waste a lot of time trying to beat that dead horse. It's like, come on, guys. It's okay if you want to ask that because your audience hasn't asked it, but there's so many other interviews where that same question has been asked, and then they tried to beat it to death, and it's just it's a moot point going forward. Like, I like how he asked that. So, what percentage of ownership for a founder to have of his coin is okay? There is no. That's just like saying, I don't want to get too political here. But
just go there.
You know he will.
Well, when you get people on the left politically that are like, that person makes too much money. Okay, then how much should they make? And then they'll never give you an answer. It's because once you get to that point where you have to draw a line in the sand, now you're stuck in that box. And so I think it was a great way for him to turn that back around on her. So thank you, Duke of Booze, for the $4.20 Canadian cents. All but 56 cents in United States dollar. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. That buys you one hex at all-time highs. Appreciate that.
Let's go.
Did anybody notice? Do you think that the sound man for that little thing should be horsewhipped because they put his microphone right on his chain?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was very distracting, but otherwise, good content.
Yeah.
Took me a while.
I'm just giving you.
It was diamonds touching the microphone.
Diamond scratching microphone, very sexy.
Staked well.
I didn't even hear that.
You didn't?
No, because you hear Telemundo all the time.
Because
Man, only Papa heard that shit.
Yes,
Stop lying, KNTX. You didn't hear that.
You need
Only
to
Papa heard that.
listen, Wills. Come on.
I just wanted to buzz Papa's chops.
I don't need my chops busted no more.
There's one thing I forgot to plug, which is bringing us back to the whole theme of the sacrifice. And I love how political Richard is starting to become, in that he's toward Europe, experienced what it's like to be segregated to some degree, and has now made this sacrifice about the freedom of movement, assembly, and association. And I think that obviously relates to what we've done in that
That's right.
seeking freedom. And I love his line about what's the difference between being in prison and not in prison. It's whether you're able to go where you want and hang out with who you want to hang out with. And I think what we've done in Mexico, everyone being from areas where there was lockdowns and restrictions, we've been able to succeed using Hex, using the vehicle of Hex and the knowledge that Richard has, obviously taught us.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, that's a good point. You guys are exercising exactly this, what this sacrifice movement's all about. And I think that's pretty cool to point out.
It's real. Like in Canada, Canada's like right behind Australia in terms of restrictions. And actually, as of like a day or two ago, it's gotten really bad. So back when I was in Canada, and some of you may know the story, like I sold my car for the PulseChain sacrifice. And I was on my bike for like several months afterward, just because I also knew I wanted to like downsize my assets and become more kind of agile and flexible, because I knew I would have inevitably left. And I remember I spent several months, like since the PulseChain sacrifice, like on my bike riding around and spreading hex stickers, because I knew this is like for other like Canadians that felt trapped and needed some sort of tool to break those chains. It's I think it's hex. So I remember trying to onboard as many Canadians as I could through my stickers to give them more options.
That's cool, man.
The
I'm glad
sticker
you're
for
doing
July.
outbound messaging. We appreciate you doing that. Everyone should be grateful for all the Hexicans that are doing any kind of outbound messaging at all, even if it is a degenerate stream like this. Hopefully, someone stumbles upon it, and hopefully Hex changes their lives, and we can call them Hexicans in the future here, brothers and sisters alike. So,
yeah, I love how Richard explains how versus Bitcoin, where it's like for VCs and banks and for the rich guys, like Hex is for the common man. And through the conversations I've had, yeah, it really, this is the only kind of investment. This is your best shot at becoming financially free. So as we onboard local Mexicans, as we onboard just blue collar, white collar folks in Canada, where I came from, you're making a difference in their life, because this will inevitably lead to prosperity.
I love it. I think this is a great moment here for Markable, but thank you guys for joining us all today. It's been awesome. I love to see what Hexicans are doing. We love to showcase it. If you guys out there, you Hexicans, are doing something you think is noteworthy for the community to see, by all means, we'll give you a platform here, because DS, the Discourse Syndicate Network, is the Hexican Community Network. This is the place, the first place, and it won't be the only place, but it's the first place, and we will continue to be the place where you guys as a community can come showcase what it is that you're doing. So, and voice your thoughts. That's why we called it Discourse Syndicate, because we want to hear the discourse, and we want to syndicate and bring together all those voices that have different discourse. So with that, Markable.
Outro.